Hey, we haven't done any recording in like a year, and we keep saying that we want to do more recording, but the problem is that we don't have the same schedule, and like I'm working every night this week, but I called out of work today because I'm sick, and now I'm bored and I don't have anything to do, so I dragged Tproffitt against his will, and we're going to do a personality quiz.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out how old the internet thinks that we are based off our opinions of Star Wars. And this is
Whoa.
from How Stuff Works Quizzes. Okay,
That's
so
amazing.
Alright, so we're gonna start off. Of these, which was the best Star Wars film? The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, The Phantom Menace, or The Last Jedi?
I mean, they're really trying to ruffle some feathers there.
I know. um, I mean, I'm pretty sure objectively the best is going to be like Empire Strikes Back. I still love Return of the Jedi just because I love that space battle.
Yeah.
Um, but I can objectively say Empire is better than Return of the Jedi. Here's the thing, though. I really liked The Last Jedi.
I mean, I did too,
Here,
but I'm just like the fact that they put Phantom Menace in there.
yeah, I know. No, the
I'm just
Phantom
like
Menace is not an option.
I'm just like I think it's very fun, but I don't think it's like it's definitely not the goodest.
Yeah, like Empire, I think one of the reasons why I enjoyed The Last Jedi more, possibly more than I enjoyed Empire, is because like when I first saw Empire, I was a kid. Like I grew up knowing that movie, like inside and out and stuff like that. Whereas The Last Jedi, I actually went into it unprepared, and so like
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Like I never got a chance for it to be groundbreaking to find out that like Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. But The Last Jedi blew me away, and
Yeah,
so
that's a
I'm
very fair
feel.
way of putting it.
So I like that was probably my most enjoyable experience. I don't know which one I would say is better.
Yeah, I mean that's a very fair point.
I'm gonna say Last Jedi. I enjoyed The Last Jedi immensely. All right, of these, which was the worst Star Wars film? Okay, so we've got Force Awakens, which is just a rehash of A New Hope. We've got Attack of the Clones and the CGI pair. We've got Empire Strikes Back. Oh, that is ruffling feathers. You make Empire Strikes Back an option for the worst?
And
Oh,
they don't put Phantom Menace as an option for the worst.
I know. Oh God. All right.
I
Well,
mean,
we
I
can't. We definitely can't say A New Hope. A New Hope is great.
yeah, I mean, like A New Hope is the one that, you know, it is just the one that is just a, very 70s-y kind of.
And Empire Strikes Back is excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people dislike it. Like,
Who dislikes
even,
Empire?
I mean, I won't say dislikes it, but like my mom isn't, or no, my dad actually isn't the one that's like the biggest fan of it. Maybe because you could say the pacing might be a little bit slower to it, or it might not be as actiony and stuff. Because really, you have Hoth, and then you have a pretty big lull. You have the little asteroid field bit, and then you have a big old lull of nothing really happening up until you get to Luke and Vader at the very end.
Empire was like Empire was adventurous and like
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Um
but yeah, I'm just saying. I think that's why my dad isn't the biggest like fan of it, just because it might not be the most like action packed.
okay, so for me it's between Attack of the Clones and Force Awakens. Now, I still like things about Attack of the Clones. The Anakin and Padme scenes are atrocious. We can agree
Yeah,
on that. But like I kind of liked Obi-Wan being investigator Obi-Wan.
yeah, it's like
Like
the
even to the point of like going to a sleazy diner.
yeah a '60s diner in the middle of Coruscant.
And also, where would we be without Elon Sleaze Begano?
You gotta buy some death sticks.
I'm gonna say, as much as people do hate on Attack of the Clones, I feel like Force Awakens brings the least to the table. Like the Attack of the Clones brought the clones to the table.
Yeah.
at the very least.
I mean, they were attacking.
Yeah, I mean, you did find out about the creation of this giant army, and you get this awesome battle scene on Geonosis, which, by the way, I think I've seen the Battle of Geonosis from more angles than ever before, because I've been playing a ton of original Xbox nostalgic games that just got backwards compatible. So, like, Jedi Starfighter, both of the original Battlefronts, and, like, I'm trying to think what else has the Battle of Geonosis. Oh, Republic Commando.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, like Battle of Geonosis was super cool, and I mean, it set up for the Clone Wars shows, both Clone Wars shows, and those were great. So I feel like The Force Awakens brought the least to the table because it played it pretty safe.
Yeah.
With the exception of killing off Han Solo. That was a little bit ballsy, but Harrison Ford's been wanting that since Empire.
I mean, I think for that exact reason, we can probably assume that that might be Harrison Ford's favorite movie.
Yeah. I mean, Force Awakens was good. It was enjoyable, but, like, I think it brought the least to the table.
Yeah, like I said that for favorite,
I'm
I
picking
put down
Force Awakens.
the...
Go on,
yeah,
I just want to switch to the next question.
Yeah, for favorite, I did put down Empire, just because I think Empire is, I do find that one just the one that I can, like, go back and watch the most. But worst, I have to say Attack of the Clones, just because while yes, I agree that when you cut out the Anakin Padme scenes,
I know
you do have a much better movie.
They are really painful. And the deleted scenes are kind of worse because, like, you see Padme's family, and they're literally just their whole thing is like this single-dimensional archetype of we're the compassionate politicians.
Oh yay!
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I just have the biggest. It's just like I do enjoy the Obi-Wan stuff and the Battle of Geonosis stuff, but just there's just so much of that Anakin Padme, and it's just
it's pretty bad.
So it's just so bad. I have to put that one as much because they do hate sand.
Like, yeah, and I agree. Like, it wasn't too good, but it did contribute at the very least.
Yeah, but I just feel like
contribute particularly well. I mean, like, Jar Jar Binks convincing the entire Senate to give power to Chancellor Palpatine. That wasn't great, but it did set up for other stuff. And so I appreciate that. Anyway, we're on the next question, and it's of these, which moments in Star Wars films did you love the most? So there's when Darth Vader defeats Luke, when Darth Maul fights the Jedi, when Han Solo kills Greedo, and when Poe takes out the big Star Destroyer.
Now, the thing I have to question is the whole Darth Vader defeats Luke part. I'm just like, my assumption is that they, of course, mean, the Bespin.
Yeah, he cuts off his hand.
I am your father. Yeah, I assume that's
and demoralizes him.
Yeah.
That's impossible!
But the fact that they put just Han shooting first, and that...
here's the thing. People took that option. Like, that they did, because, like, they're like, oh yeah, Han shot first. Because people are, like, passionate about that one.
Yeah. Spoilers for Solo. He shot first.
I've been working Hamilton this past week, and, like, there have been a bunch of people that have walked in wearing shirts in Star Wars text that say Burr shot first. Yeah, but then the Poe takes out Big Star Destroyer. That was kind of meh. I thought it was lame that he took out the Big Star Destroyer by bombing its weak point. He attacked its weak point for massive damage.
Well, what I assume it really is referring to is, like, when he's flying and, like, taking out the guns, because I admit that's a very cool starfighter scene.
That was decent. I do like starfighter scenes, and he's a hell of a pilot. And one of the biggest mistakes of The Last Jedi was blowing up his fighter.
Yeah. Now, how will we know him from the white and blue X-Wings?
I know. He needs a new X-Wing. Or he can become an A-Wing ace. Bruh, get them some love.
And where the dying again. But yeah, for this one, I have to take the Darth Maul, just because
I
I love
agree.
that fight scene and the
I,
music.
I agree. It's a haunting moment, and like again, internet. I'm just saying part of this is a bias because like I grew up knowing Empire inside and out. So like I knew that fight before I could really like comprehend that it was a cool fight. But Darth Maul blew me away.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
and I
that.
mean John Williams' score has always just been so good.
It's beautiful. All right, did the reworked special effects and deleted scenes improve the original films?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Um,
I like this option. So there's absolutely not. They were interesting to see, but no. Wait, there's a shorter version, and what are the original films? I'm tempted to go. They were interesting to see, but no.
yeah,
I mean, a dumpster
because
fire
like
is always interesting to see.
yeah, because like half the time what I imagine what I immediately think of when they mention that is like stuff like, oh yeah, how they just randomly have a CGI animal just walking in front of the shot in
Yeah,
Mos Eisley and shit like
and
that. I'm just like,
look, we changed it so that instead of old Anakin, we've got Hayden Christensen.
or hey, we inserted Darth Vader screaming no when he throws Palpatine.
That's great. I never knew that.
Yeah, no, he they just added in him going no,
I'm gonna.
no,
Oh yeah, and
no.
didn't they also add a scene where Darth Vader references Padme?
I don't remember.
I think they did.
Maybe.
I think he tells Luke in one scene like Padme once thought as you do.
I I honestly don't know about that.
Anyway, I'm gonna go with they were interesting to see, but no.
Yeah, that's my answer as well. Because to be fair, the wait there's a shorter version, I could almost say because I mean that's the version that like was on DVD and whatnot,
Yeah. All right.
or and VHS, so I saw it the most. But it's like yeah,
Which of these Star Wars films would you be willing to watch over and over again? The Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, Rogue One, and Force Awakens. Probably Rogue One for me.
yeah. I mean, Rogue One is,
It's exciting. It's yeah.
and I'd say at the very least with Rogue One,
I'm
you know,
not
you
saying
can
just
sit through an hour and a half just to get to that Vader scene at the end.
yeah. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that Rogue One is better than The Empire Strikes Back or New Hope, but like Empire Strikes Back, I'd like I wouldn't watch it like twice in the same day or like in the same week, but I can imagine myself watching Rogue One and again because it's eye candy. The whole movie is
Yeah.
eye candy, and it's just fun and exciting and a bit interesting
Yeah, I
and
might
charming.
say, yeah, it's like I might say A New Hope, just because New Hope or Rogue One, just because the only problem with Empire is that, well, I kind of agree that it's one of those ones that like I enjoy watching, but I don't know if I can watch twice in a day. But it's just that like I think just because it's a middle movie of a trilogy, it you don't get like a just if you just keep watching back to back, you're just watching Act Two over and over and over.
Well, Rogue One has Donnie Yen shooting down a TIE fighter while blind with a bow and arrow. I mean, it's a blaster arrow, but still.
Yeah. But then New Hope, I think I'll say New Hope just because it's the one that was kind of designed to just be like one little contained thing, and it's the one that just has the most of the like really just pretty much every scene of that movie is just so recognizable at this point.
Of these, which character do you most identify with? Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han Solo, Jyn Erso, or Luke Skywalker? Um,
It's like I don't know about identify with, but I just had to go with Obi-Wan because he's my favorite.
I'm not interesting enough to identify as any of these people, except for maybe Luke, because Luke started off as kind of like a boring farm boy like not going anywhere, which is
Yeah, it
currently
started
where
off
I'm
as just
at.
a whiny farm boy who
Yeah,
wanted to go get
the
power
obnoxious
converters.
whiny brat. That's me.
I gotta go Obi-Wan just because half the time I do
Well,
uh,
I have to
say
go with Luke because I can totally imagine me saying, but I have to go down to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
yeah. And as with the especially the Clone Wars version, I do enjoy being that snarky asshole that
Oh yeah,
Obi-Wan was in the show.
he was great. He was great. There's a
All right.
book. There's a book that uh, that is like takes place during the Clone Wars, and like basically Obi-Wan is briefing this Jedi who's being sent to like link up with Asajj Ventress and like get information from her, and Obi-Wan's telling this guy, so you might have to flirt with her, just so you know. I mean, I do. Anyway, of these, which of these characters do you dislike the most? Kylo Ren, Jar Jar Binks, Poe Dameron, Darth Vader. Clearly Poe Dameron. No. No.
It's like I don't get the major hatred for Poe.
I didn't know that there was any hatred for Poe. I
Yeah, I'm
thought
just like,
everyone liked him.
yeah, I'm like I like Poe.
I know that there's people that like dislike that. They say that the Last Jedi is like, oh, he was wrong because he wasn't being subservient to women. It's SJW bullcrap and stuff like that, and he's stupid for going along with it. But like that's not true. For the record, I'm just gonna say this for the recording. I don't think Holdo did anything wrong.
Hashtag Holdo did nothing wrong.
Hashtag Holdo did nothing wrong. Debate me in the comments. I will comment. I promise. All right. I'm gonna go with Jar Jar Binks.
yeah.
I never liked
Yeah.
Jar Jar, even when I was a kid.
I mean, he did single-handedly manage to destroy the Republic.
I mean, even when I was a kid, I never thought it was funny that he stepped in poop.
Yeah.
Poopity scoop.
Whoop-de-swoop-de-poop.
All right, which of these would make the best video game? A strategy game involving capital ships, an MMORPG set on a planet from Star Wars. I almost called it the Star Wars. A dogfighting game set in Star Wars. A Street Fighter style fighting game. First of all, a fighting game, not necessarily Street Fighter, but like a fighting game already exists. The Episode 3 game had like this one-on-one duel mode that was actually super fun.
I mean, to be fair, all of these options, except maybe the strategy game.
The strategy game doesn't exist.
Yeah, I'm like, all the other three exist, because, I mean, that's SWOTOR, that's...
I'm literally playing a game right now.
All the old Rogue Squadron games, and then...
Yeah, I'm literally playing a game right now called Star Wars Jedi Starfighter.
Yeah,
so
I'm like, I love the old Rogue Squadron games. I would love to get one of those with, updated graphics
and I would
and
love for episode
mechanics.
3, and I would love for the episode 3 game to be made backwards compatible, because again, that like 1v1 duel mode was super fun. I brought it with me on like a school trip back in high school, and like everyone just got into my hotel room and we were just playing that game for God knows how long, and it was wonderful.
I remember that.
Yeah, you could like have two people pick the same character, and it would give you this like alternate character costume that usually was that character, but on the opposite force alignment.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna say a strategy game involving capital ships, because I do love naval combat. Like, yes, please.
I gotta go dogfighting just because I love the old Rogue Squadrons, and I do love spaceship fighting. Like,
I want a grand battle.
I remember having the episode 3 video game for the DS where there was just a little starfighter mode, and I would just always play that.
Yeah, well, I want to take my Star Destroyer and blow up some rebel ships, or fly a Munificent class frigate and just mess with the clones, ruin their day. The Separatist ships, by the way, are beautiful. Okay, if you could be in one of the Star Wars films, which would you want to act in? Episode 4, Episode 6, Solo, or Episode 8? I still haven't seen Solo, so I can't comment.
I mean, this is a weird question and a weird selection of answers.
Uh,
Because it's like, which one would you have wanted to have been in an acting role? Because it's like, I, I honestly don't know what to make of that question.
I kind of want to say episode 8, just in regards of like episode to be able to like act in episode 4 while knowing what it would become would be extraordinary and so exciting, but I'd be the only one excited. Like
Yeah,
episode 8, everyone who's like working on that project knows Star Wars and is a fan of Star Wars, and I imagine they're just all the biggest nerds who understand how exciting what they're doing is. And I feel like
yeah,
that would be super cool.
yeah. I'd have to agree.
I'm gonna go episode 8.
I'm. I might say. I might say 6, just because that would mean meeting Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford,
Oh yeah.
like in
Billy
their
D.
heydays.
Williams.
Oh yeah,
And that space battle, though.
Carrie Fisher.
I would have loved to be in that space battle. I want to be the too late pilot. I want to. Tproffitt, I can't change
Yes.
my answer. It's
Oh,
too
no.
late. No.
I'm sorry. You've failed.
Which was the which was the most heartbreaking moment in all the Star Wars films? When Yoda died, when Luke's aunt and uncle died, when Obi-Wan died, and when Luke died. Luke's death, I thought, was stupid.
Yeah, like I really don't get this, because there's definitely more heartbreaking moments than just death.
Yeah, well.
Because honestly, I think mine would probably be the Obi-Wan's "You were the chosen one." But I don't know. Given these answers, I guess
Yoda dying was pretty moving.
yeah, I think I would go with Yoda.
When I was a kid, I didn't even realize that those were Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's skeletons by the door. I didn't know
Yeah.
what they were.
To be fair, I had the same thing.
But I knew it. I recognized Yoda was dying when I saw Yoda die, so like that moved me. All
Yeah.
right, which is the best Star Wars TV show? Droids, Clone Wars, The Clone Wars, or Rebels? First of all, what the hell is Star Wars Droids?
I have no idea.
And second of all, which Clone Wars is the Samurai Jack Clone Wars?
I just Googled it. The Clone Wars is the 3D one.
Okay,
So
The
Clone
Clone
Wars
Wars.
is
So Star Wars
2D.
Clone Wars is 2D.
Yeah,
All right, I'm going with that one.
the same.
Okay.
Like just the other night, just out of nowhere, like I saw a thing that was just like, oh, it was just one of the episodes. It was like the Mace Windu, like fighting all the droids with the giant like stompy ship thing.
Okay, so which was the worst Star Wars TV show? All right, now I brought this up with a friend of mine the other day, the Christmas special. If I said the Christmas special is the worst Star Wars TV show, he would hunt me down. He affirms that Christmas special is a national treasure. I still don't know what Droids is. What is Star Wars Droids? What is
What
Star
is
Wars
Ewoks?
Ewoks? When did they get shows?
What?
I did see Forces of Destiny, and Forces of Destiny sucked.
Oh yeah, that's that one that's like those like short little like 2D
That contribute nothing.
Disney.
They're like pointless. It's like, look, watch this like 5-second mini adventure that's completely disjointed. Like one of the reasons why Clone Wars was so cool, because they like tried to be Clone Wars again by like replicating that art style. But like Clone Wars was cool because it was something that you weren't seeing. It was giving you context. It was all connected. It had good character moments and stuff like that. Literally nothing can develop in Forces of Destiny. It is too just disjointed.
Yeah.
So that's the worst. That's the worst.
I'm just gonna go with the Christmas special because I don't know enough about Forces of Destiny and I have no idea about droids and Ewoks.
Yeah, same.
All
Which
right.
item of technology would you most want to have from Star Wars mythology? Medicine, faster than light travel, energy production, or lightsaber technology? First off, who wants energy production?
I
Who
don't know.
dreams of those Star Wars batteries?
I mean, I could see someone who would want that just because it's like, oh, my phone battery only lasts a day.
Faster than
Nothing
light
ever
travel
runs out
would
of
be
battery in Star Wars.
faster than light travel would be cool, except I wouldn't have anywhere to go.
I know, it's just like, hey, we're in real life. You can jump around the galaxy and see if you can find nothing,
Yeah, I mean,
except
it'd be
look at the
cool.
planets and stuff.
It'd be cool for. I mean, I suppose I could be like the pilot for NASA,
Yeah. I
but
would have to, I'm gonna have to go with medicine just because I'm just like, hell yeah. Just
yeah, that
like
Bacta
my
would be
shoulder's been
would be
bothering me.
good.
I'll just get a robot one.
Oh yeah, you sold me. I was gonna go lightsaber technology, but robotic limbs, those bionics. Okay, I'm
Or
going
just like,
medicine.
oh, I got really cut up. I'll just sit in a bathtub for a few hours and I'm good.
Yeah, I'll go with medicine. Sure. Oh oh oh! It took a second to load the next question. Okay, which force power do you admire the most? Mind control? I think that's fucked up. Foresight, psychokinesis, and force lightning. I mean, clearly I have to go with the unlimited power. Actually, I don't know. Psychokinesis would be very nice.
I mean that's the one I because like it says that you admire, but I'm just like I'll just take it as a would you want, and I would have to definitely go with psychokinesis because I mean come on,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Okay.
could be so lazy.
Then again, I'm not sure that'd be a good thing. Although you can use that psychokinesis to also jump super high, which that would be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, bruh. All right. Which ship from Star Wars was the coolest? Clearly the Ebon Hawk, but that's not an option.
sorry
Um,
mate.
TIE fighters, the Millennium Falcon, Star Destroyers, and X-Wings. Are you kidding me? Clearly the Star Destroyers. Have you
I gotta
seen
go
those?
X-wings. I've always been a fan of the X-wings.
X-Wings are nice, but Star Destroyers are like massive behemoths of terror.
They're evil triangles.
No, no, that's the darkness from Destiny.
The darkness from Destiny 2
Yes.
is the Empire.
Join the dark side.
It don't make sense
So,
now.
so, so does that mean that the light side of the Force came from the Traveler before the Traveler pieced out?
Sure.
There you go. It's canon. All right. Who among these characters was the coolest? Han Solo, Darth Vader, Boba Fett, or Kylo
Where?
Ren? I really liked Kylo Ren in The Last Jedi. I thought that was his movie, and I loved that they developed him, and he was super cool. Um, Han Solo
Yeah.
is... He's suave. He's charming. I don't know if I would say he's the coolest. Darth Vader
Yeah.
is fucking epic.
Yeah, and then Boba Fett is just
Boba
kind of
Fett.
like the fan
Yeah,
service.
Boba Fett is like the obligatory answer. That's the answer I feel like the quiz is telling me I'm supposed to give.
Yeah, I'm like Boba Fett is one of the members of like the trinity of characters with really cool designs that were completely underused.
I mean, I'll admit I drink from a Boba Fett mug, but I'm gonna say Darth Vader is the cooler character.
Yeah, it's like
Space
I think Boba
Mufasa.
Fett. Yeah, I think it's Boba Fett, Captain Phasma, and Darth Maul are the looks really cool but were utterly underused characters.
I mean, Darth Maul got used in the video games, that's for sure. One of the things that I
True.
like about both generations of Battlefront games, the original Battlefront games and the EA Battlefront games, is that they both try to nudge Count Dooku out of the picture with the Separatists and replace him with Darth Maul.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen a game where you can be Count Dooku.
There's one exact mission in the original Battlefront 2 on Geonosis. You can play as Count Dooku.
Ah,
Meanwhile, you can play as Darth Maul on, let's see, Coruscant, Mustafar, Polis Massa. Oh, where else? There's more. But wait, there's more. Um, I can't remember all of the places right now, but it's lots. And yeah, and now with EA's Battlefront 2, there's only one hero for the Separatists in the entire game, and it's the same for both space and ground, and it's Darth Maul.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, I had to go with Han Solo just because I enjoy Harrison Ford.
Which of these alien characters would you most like to hang out with? Jabba? That'd be lit. I would just like make it my goal to make him laugh. That and his little pet guy. Just get him to do his Yoda. Yoda would be kind of chill, but not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chewbacca, too much of a language barrier.
Yeah, language barrier, and I mean, I already have Malamutes in this house. They're basically the same thing. Strong, furry, loud.
And then there's Porgs. Porgs, I feel like they would have too short of an attention span for me, and then I'd be like, oh, I'm not good enough for you. Now what do I do? I'm gonna go with Jabba.
It would be like hanging out with cats with porgs.
Yeah, I'd chill with Jabba. I'd be down.
I think I'd go Yoda, partly just because I think he'd be the one that would smell the least bad.
Fair enough. What planet from Star Wars would be a place you would like to visit? Clearly Dagobah. Who doesn't want to go to that marsh?
Swamp.
Yeah.
Desert. Giant city. Or forest.
Yeah, so you got Dagobah, Tatooine, Coruscant, or Kashyyyk. I'm going to go with Kashyyyk. I think that'd be super cool. I mean, they have cities inside of trees. What more do you want?
What about cities on top of cities?
Cities on top of cities, you would never be able to see it all. There's too much shit to see.
There is too much city.
There's too much city. And, yeah, too many people. I don't like that many people. But the Wookiees, they'd be chill.
I mean, Coruscant would basically be like going to New York. But there's like a New York on top of New York.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
it goes down for like 30 layers.
I'm gonna say Kashyyyk. I would seriously love to just be in massive trees and the world's most elaborate treehouse.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would like that. Who would go to Tatooine? Tatooine is boring unless you get attacked by
just come to Vegas
people.
Or go to Arizona. Go to Phoenix. There, you're at Tatooine.
No, you didn't. No, more like go to New Mexico because the architecture.
True.
All right, which actor from the Star Wars saga have you followed outside those films? I haven't followed any of them. Harrison Ford, James Earl Jones, David Prowse. Who is David Prowse?
I don't know.
And Daniel Craig.
I like how it has to give the justification.
He was a stormtrooper.
Honestly, my answer for this would be Mark Hamill, just because, I love his voice acting stuff, especially as like the Joker and stuff, but he's not an option.
I'm going to say it counts that I really enjoyed those James Earl Jones commercials when he was just reading people's text messages. I'm going to say that counts.
Sure. I'm going to go with Harrison Ford because I like Indiana Jones.
All right. Which of these Star Wars books do you like best? Han Solo Trilogy, Splinter of the Mind's Eye, Heir to the Empire, What's a Book?
I don't know what's the Han Solo Trilogy. Splinter of the Mind's Eye is one that I heard of.
Those are
because
all
it's
old canon, and I haven't read them.
Yeah, well,
There's too many books.
It's like I don't know what the Han Solo trilogy is. Splinter of the Mind's Eye I've heard of, and it was apparently one that came out like after
Splinter
New
of the
Hope,
Mind's
but
Eye,
before.
Thrawn.
No, that's Heir to the Empire.
That's Heir to the Empire. I mean,
Splinter of the Mind's Eye is
about
apparently
Thrawn.
one that came out before Empire came out. That was like a sequel before they knew they were getting a sequel or something like that. I don't know. I've heard weird things about it.
I know about Thrawn because I've looked him up and I've talked about him with my brothers because my brothers read the books, but I never actually read the books myself, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to go with What's a Book.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Heir to the Empire just because I have read parts of Heir to the Empire.
Which of these books did you like the least? Champions of the Force, Dark Apprentice, Jedi Search, and again, what's a book? I haven't read any of these.
Why would I read the bad ones?
I haven't read any of these.
Yeah, what's a book? Why would I go out of my way to read the bad books?
Well, maybe you didn't know it was going to be
The
bad.
one that I
Anyway,
it's like honestly the only one that I can say I've read all the way through was Outbound Flight.
How long is this quiz? You took this quiz already. I haven't.
I think it was about 30 questions.
Okay, so we're getting closer. Which character from Star Wars films would you cosplay? Han Solo, a Stormtrooper, Qui-Gon Jinn, Kylo Ren. I mean,
very weird selection.
I mean, I once went to when I was in elementary school, I once went to a Halloween party in a karate outfit with a brown blanket, like safety pinned over me, and that was my Jedi outfit.
I mean, you're not far off.
Stormtrooper would be cool.
I think myself, I'd have to go with Kylo Ren, just because I think I like his outfit design.
But you are not Ben Swallow.
I know I'm not the Swallow.
Alright, I'm gonna go with Stormtrooper.
I won't go as Swallow, I will go as Kylo Ren. With the helmet on and stuff.
Which Star Wars character was your childhood lunchbox? Darth Vader, Boba Fett, Darth Maul, Chewbacca. None of these? Yeah, my mom just pointed out I had a brown paper bag. That was my lunchbox. But I do have a mug that I actively drink from. That's Boba Fett. So Boba Fett wins.
And I had a like little keychain on my backpack in like middle school that was a little plush Chewbacca. So I guess I'll go with that.
Which Star Wars toy do you still own? A Kenner Stormtrooper, a Kenner Darth Vader, a Hasbro Darth Maul, toys, I play video games. I mean, I'm surprised that the build your own lightsaber kits didn't pop up on this list.
Yeah.
Because I was super into those. I played with those until they broke. I had multiple.
I was never really big on like action figures. I've got tons of like Star Wars Legos, and I've got lightsabers and stuff like that. But
I know my brother.
I have a couple ships.
I know that my oldest brother
action figures
had a Count Dooku lightsaber for a while because he thought that handle was cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say toys. I play video games.
Yeah, same. Just because
I do play.
All your options are action figures, and I didn't do those.
How do you feel about how things ended for Luke Skywalker? It made total sense to me, but I was still disappointed. So the options are made total sense to me. I'm angry and disappointed. It was sad, and who cares about that old guy? It made sense to me, but I didn't like that they faked it. They faked him out for dying like 3 times. Like they were like, oh no, he's dead. Oh, he's not dead. Oh no, he's dead again. Oh, he's not dead. Oh no, he's dead again. Oh, he's not dead. And then he just poofs anyway. What I didn't like about it was that they set it up. They set up multiple opportunities for him to die, and it was like, nope. And then they finally had me convinced he was going to survive the movie, and then he just poofs, which was abrupt. It made sense to me. They did have the justification because yes, it took a big toll on me. Just don't fake me out and then poof him. He died of plot.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You have plot.
So I'm not going to say I was angry and disappointed, but I was just like jarred.
Yeah, I agree. But
I do think it's stupid the way I do think it's stupid the way that they handled it. So I think of the options, I'm going to go with angry, disappointed.
Yeah, I'm going to go with it made sense because like my kind of justification in my head is that just he cut himself off from the Force, evidently, but then I guess coming back, I guess it makes sense for him to be like, oh, I'm cool with this now. I'm going to become one with the Force, the exact opposite of what I did before.
Well, you should have told me that before I picked my answer. Anyway, how do you feel about the way things ended for Han Solo? I knew Firstly, I knew it was coming because one of my friends purposefully went out of her way to spoil it for everyone, which was fucking bullshit, and I yelled at her about that.
Wow.
But also, like, I just know that that Harrison Ford wanted it. Oh, that's interesting. There is no positive choice for this one.
I know.
There's utterly disappointing, lame. I wish he'd been in the film more before he got killed. Or which one is he again? There is no positive answer.
You cannot be okay with Han Solo's death.
I see how it is, quiz. I see how it is, howstuffworks.com. That's really funny. I'm going to say lame because that's what this option is.
I guess my answer would have to be I wish he'd been in the film more, I guess.
Who had the coolest lightsaber? And Count Dooku's not even an option.
That's dumb.
There's Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Luke Skywalker. When Luke Skywalker literally had the same as Darth Vader for a while, but I know he got his special one later. And then Qui-Gon Jinn. Does anyone even remember what Qui-Gon Jinn's looked like?
He just had a green one.
Yeah, I never got a look at that hilt. Like, Darth Vader, we know what his hilt looks like. Darth Maul had the special one. Count Dooku had another special one. Put Count Dooku on the list. Stop edging him out of the Star Wars universe.
No justice for Count Dooku.
I can't remember his actor right now. Is it Christopher Lee?
Yes.
Christopher Lee is a treasure. How dare you betray him?
Rest in peace.
No love for the Separatists.
It's like... But Qui-Gon gets a spot here.
I know. I mean, I do like Qui-Gon. I'm indifferent on his lightsaber. I actually do like the Luke Skywalker green saber, though. I like that design.
Yeah, I've always liked Darth Maul's. It was like a bow staff.
What is the franchise's greatest... excuse me, I'm dying again.
Why you gotta do this?
What is the franchise's greatest strength? Its compendium of tropes from the 20th century film. It's really out-of-the-box thinking for science fiction. It uses classic myth in a new and interesting way, and it's got great special effects. I am leaning towards the classic myth in a new and interesting way because I have literally developed philosophies about the Force. I have particularly the dark side, because of course there's popular RPG games out there like KOTOR where you have the option to go dark side or go light side. Straight up, KOTOR 2 had some of the best characters in the universe, from an assassin droid giving his philosophies on love to this lady who straight up takes the concept of the Force and turns it into a question your own morality before you do anything kind of thing. So I'm gonna go with classic myth. I think it's got this fleshed out universe that is built on the Force. It's built on the Force. And exploring that is always interesting, and even decades later, people still find unique ways of exploring the Force.
Yeah, and I would have to pick the classic myth option, but also just in a slightly different way, just because the New Hope is basically just your classic fantasy story, but set in space. It's it's all very kind of old ideas, but given a interesting little new light.
Okay, so what is the franchise's greatest weakness? It's not doing anything new or inventive. That ain't true. Did you see The Last Jedi? Force Awakens didn't do anything new or inventive, but The Last Jedi...
No, come on. The Force Awakens had the thermal oscillator.
The thermal oscillator.
You can't see it, obviously. But anytime we say it, we have to do the oscillating hand motions.
Oh, I'll put in the clip. Good.
Yeah.
It is having trouble producing characters as compelling as the original ones. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I thought that like Poe Dameron's development over the Last Jedi was really good. I
Yeah,
know a lot of people hate everything to do with the Last Jedi, including Poe Dameron's arc,
yeah,
because they're like, "Oh, it's so stupid. They just wanted to embarrass him, but in the beginning," and I'm like, "People need to shut up." Uh,
yeah. Well, and then the fact that it says like as the original one, so then like think back to the prequels, it's like, I thought Obi-Wan was a really fun
he
character.
was, he was.
Yeah, so I don't
The
I don't
films
think
are getting
there's
too
any problem
long,
there.
or they aren't coming out fast enough. Okay, I think they're coming out too fast. I think they're milking this horse until it is
Yeah.
dry, or I suppose this cow. Why did I say horse? I don't know. They're beating a dead horse. There we go. Um,
You mixed
I
your
did.
you made a Malafor.
Yes. Anyway, so it's not doing anything new or inventive. That's not true. It's having trouble producing characters as compelling as the original ones. That's not true. I actually think that a lot of the characters are great. I like Poe Dameron. I'm a little bit iffy on Rey still. I like
Yeah.
Kylo Ren. Um, uh, One of the things that I really like about Kylo Ren, I didn't really like Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens because it just felt like they were embarrassing him and undermining him at every opportunity, and then his relationship with Hux was like these bratty children that were just like vying for daddy's attention, and I really didn't like that. Um, he wasn't really intimidating, even though he was like super powerful, more powerful than any Jedi I've seen like ever. They still managed to do it in this way that I was like not intimidated by him. But like in the Last Jedi, they took Kylo Ren, they put him in his element, and that was really cool to see. And like I love that as soon as the Force started doing weird stuff like connecting Rey and Kylo's brain, he like went into this like mode of like trying to test what he could do. He was like, "Wait, the Force is being weird, and I know the Force being weird. Let's see how far I can take this." Like, I remember one of the first questions that he asks Rey is like, "I can't see what's going on around you. Can you see what's going on around me?" Like, I like that they put him in this mode where he was able to like play around with the Force, because the Force is like his forte. That's the one thing that he is just really good at. Anyway.
The case.
Films are getting too long. I mean, yeah, they could have cut out some of the unnecessary stuff. Not all of Canto Bite was necessary.
Yeah.
I didn't hate
But
Canto
then there were
Bite.
like some scenes like from the like but then there are some deleted scenes that I wish were in there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say out of the options, I'm probably gonna go with the films are getting too long. I did not hate Canto Bite the way that everyone else in the universe hated Canto Bite. I'll
Yeah.
say that. But yeah, I'll
Yeah.
say it, sure.
I guess I would go with I guess I'll go with the characters one just because of the fact that um looking at the new ones, like at least when you look at like your main cast of characters and villains, like Vader, Palpatine, Luke, Leia, Han, we're all you know very iconic characters. But then some of them in like the prequels kind of got sorely underused and developed. Like you had a new villain for every prequel movie.
Yeah, fair
You kill off
enough.
Maul, you kind of forget about Dooku and then kill him off instantly, and then you pop in Grievous
Yeah,
just so you can kill him an hour later.
Grievous was so out of place in that movie, and he was he.
Yeah,
I only really like connected with Grievous after watching the Samurai Jack style Clone Wars. Then I was like,
yeah.
oh, Grievous actually does have some weight.
And then you watch the Clone Wars and you lose
Yeah,
all of that
I
weight.
know they turned him into such a joke, and it's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
I still want something. I still want some sort of fiction that just takes place from the perspective of the Separatists. I would love a game where you could just play as the Separatists,
Yeah.
something like that.
I just want something that I just wish that the Clone Wars didn't just like make Grievous into the bumbling buffoon villain.
Yeah.
Oh, how are we gonna foil his dastardly plans today?
Curse you, super friends!
You blew up my malevolence, I think is what that
Yeah.
giant ship was called.
Yeah. If there's anything we've learned from Star Wars, it's that your militaries do the best when you just straight up using the military. Stop making super weapons. It never works. Yeah. Just use the military and better. Just be efficient. They even need the practice.
The thing that I think is even more accurate with Star Wars is just like the smaller the classes of ships you use, the better your odds are.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so the final question, if you were telling me true about the 30-question thing earlier, is how soon do you go see the movies when they come out? You wait a couple of weeks, I wait a week, I go opening day, I go soon after opening day. I go when I can. Like, this is the same thing for, like, the MCU. I haven't seen all the movies in the MCU just because, like, setting aside the time to go see the movie and, like... You know, plus going alone isn't super fun, and plus money, like spending all that money on movies.
Yeah, I think the only reason...
Like, that's why I haven't seen Solo yet. It's not like I'm waiting.
Yeah, I
don't have a car right
like, the only reason that you saw The Last Jedi so soon is because I had a extra ticket and brought you with me.
Yeah, which, thank you, by the way. That was watching that movie with you, in particular... was one of the best experiences. Especially
the best way to first experience that movie.
Especially both of us reacting to Space Fairy Godmother.
In the exact same way.
Alright, how soon do you go see the movies when they come out? I guess I wait a couple of weeks.
I usually go pretty soon after or around opening day. So.
Alright, can we guess your age based off of your Star Wars opinions? They think that I am 30. How old do they think that you are?
They also think that I'm 30.
Oh. So apparently we are old... Well, we're not old men. We are in the prime of our life. We are entering into middle age.
Yeah, let's see. You have an interesting take on Star Wars because you see it not through movies and toys, but through the many media that it has spawned in the years since Return of the Jedi. Your point of view with regards to Star Wars is informed by the release of the original films with updated special effects, followed by the prequels and video games.
I mean, that's accurate.
When you're done with this quiz, you may go play Star Wars Battlefront.
I mean, that's accurate.
30 years old.
I mean, pretty much all of that stuff is accurate, except for the number.
I mean, yeah.
I very well may go play Star Wars Battlefront. Thank you.
I mean, he just was.
Yeah. I mean, I was playing the EA Battlefront. Do you know what's cool? Star Wars Battlefront 2 is still getting mods for it, and like some of those mods look better than like EA's Battlefront. Like there's a mod that I saw on YouTube the other day. This guy was playing it, and it was like, it was the battle of that. It was when the First Order attacked that village at the beginning on Jakku.
Oh.
At the beginning of Force Awakens, and it was this mod. It was beautifully done. The graphics were updated. The model for Kylo Ren was amazing. The ships were straight up mobile command posts. So like you could move that around and park it into the middle of the town as long as you don't mind the ship getting shot at. The AI was updated so that they were actually like willing to pilot the ships and go land them and stuff like that. It was this super cool mod. Anyway.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. According to the internet, I am 30.
Well, we're both 30 apparently.
Yep. By the way, what is this picture in the background?
I know. I've been like looking at it, just like
I mean,
is it
supposed to be a Jedi? Because I see that braid, that little Padawan braid.
It just the way that it's just the opacity on it in the background. It almost kind of looks like what's that? You're gonna know the name. What's the shapeshifter guy's name
Odo?
from DS9? Odo. It kind of looks like Odo with like lip gloss
Rene
on.
Aubergenois? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
like
can see
just
that. I can see this
the
person being
nose
a
is just
changeling.
like disappeared behind the text.
All I'm gonna say is, honey, that is not your best look.
Like I almost want to see what that picture actually is.
All right. Anyway,
But
this video has gone on way too long. Thanks for watching.
all right. Oh boy.